Kia ora, and welcome to day 6 of a month done, and a month of mindful moments with tangling. Yesterday we did Kiko from zentangle.com. Today I want to have fun with a tangle, which is one of mine, and came from a stressed moment. A journey, when it goes smoothly, is a beautiful experience. New surroundings, smells, and time to watch and absorb your surroundings. However, when things start to go wrong, it brings panic and worry, and usually a bit of chaos. Such chaos trip brought me this tangle, which is why we will bounce around the page. The tangle is called TimeZoned, and it's one inspired from my chaotic journey home. One day of delayed flights, missed flights, unexpected overnights, unexpected currencies to deal with, and a complete lack of sleep. So just at the end of your previous Kiko, you'll notice that there was a curve that we used. Perhaps yours is in the middle, perhaps yours is at the top or the bottom. We're going to take this curve and just mark the edges as we then proceed to take it round. And with this curve, I then want to finish the curve on the other side. I'm just going to start it but not finish it, because I talked about this tangle bouncing around, just like I did on my journey home. So just across your pages, pop a few dots along the page, and one at the very curve there, at the very edge of the page, not a curve, sorry, a straight line. And so let me explain this tangle with you. You start with the dot, and this, if you imagine, is the center of an analog clock. We have 12, 6, 3 and 9 across here. So from our dot we're going to head up to the 12 or noon, and then we're going to catch our flight and we're going to head round for a bit, but then we'll stop and cross over the dot in the middle and head off the other side. Then we're going to catch our plane again and go round for a bit. Then we're going to switch and go back through the middle. And it doesn't matter which way round the time zone clock you're going. Each time you're going to do a little bit of a flight and then cross through the middle and back out to the other side. Perhaps you won't go as far each time. Perhaps the connection between our flights was a bit short. And we'll keep going until you finally end up in the middle again. So let's try that again. We'll start with the dot. We'll head off to 12 o'clock and then start flying round. Then when we finish that flight, we'll switch, go across to the other side and start flying around again. Each time going through that center dot as we head on round our clock face. Sometimes it might go a bit further and be a really long flight round. Other times it might just be short. And keep going until you have decided that that journey is over. Each one of your time zones will be different, and we're just going to let these play across the page, each in their own individual way, just heading around the clock face as you go. And whenever you come back in, come into the same spot, go through the middle, and then start travelling round. You may want to overlap a few as well. It may take a little bit of practice to drawing behind, but if you like, you can head back around, take your pen over, hover over, and then put it back down. This can be a lovely way of practicing your drawing behind, just thinking of that journey and your missed flights, each coming back to get centered again at the middle. And just on this last one, on your curved page here, we're just going to do half a time zone. So this time I'll come up and go off, but I'm not going to go over this way. I'm just going to keep these time zones just on this side. They might well overlap, but just on the end, when you finish this time zone, you want to have 2 lines that head off onto the side of the next page. And if you imagine that same one here, where now that you know how to draw time zoned, you might finish off our line with Kiko. And half a time zoned. You can see they dotter over the page. With shading, you might choose to fill. You might choose to put some graphite down in one whole section and fill it up. Or you might choose to graduate your shading as you go out from the different segments from inside. Or you might choose that where your lines are busy, you add a bit of shading. Or I might choose to take the flight paths and pop a little bit of shading and bring it in. There are lots of different ways to embellish and shade this tangle. Even if you are filling in a whole section, always use your tortillon to really smush the graphite into the paper. And so our prompt today, I am proud of. I am proud of my tangle. I created it in a moment of complete chaos. I made something good that represented chaos, but which I managed to get through, and I got home. There must be a time when you have faced a bit of chaos, despite your planning, and you coped. Sometimes our planning and sometimes our tangled lines don't always go as we'd planned. But at the end, when we're shaded and when we're finished, we're still proud. There is no exact blueprint for tangles. So perhaps have a think about when there was a little bit of chaos and write down a time when you were proud of what you were faced with the adversity. As our journey way through our notebook, we can look back through the pages so far. I hope you are proud of your journey so far, and you'll join me again tomorrow.